We're all aware that pulling an all-nighter is not good for us, yet we've all been there, whether up studying, working on deadline, or at the bedside of a sick loved one, and chances are we'll have to do it again. So is there a way to pull off the all-nighter painlessly? Joining me now is WSJ contributor Heidi Mitchell. Heidi, great to see you.
Nice to be here.
I guess there's really no way of staying up for 24 hours straight that doesn't involve some pain, at least not for me.
Not for me.
But there are some ways that we can prepare ourselves for it,
Right.
correct?
Well, it's pretty ironic because I spoke to Dr. Eric Olson at the Sleep Center at the Mayo Clinic, and he said the best thing you can do is to go into this long night, this 24-hour of sleep or 48 hours of not sleeping, is to go in really well rested,
right,
which is kind of not the way that we live today, which he did acknowledge. Usually you're pulling an all-nighter because you have a deadline to meet or something unexpected came up and you just got to fill it into the time that you've been given.
So if you can't try to take a nap or at least rest beforehand,
right.
The Monday rule, you said Monday is the best night.
I thought that was a great advice. Said you're coming out of the weekend pretty well rested probably, so Monday night's a pretty good night. Maybe Tuesday night's an okay night for an all-nighter. Now when you're getting towards Friday, you're going to be pretty tired.
Right.
So my sister's about to have a baby, for example, so I'm like, get your sleep now because you know on Friday when you have that baby.
That's right, you're not going to get any sleep. Now the next piece of advice I think is very useful. Caffeine is your friend, but there's the clincher. You don't want to start drinking that coffee too early.
Right. So if you are a big coffee drinker, you know you sort of have a crash.
Yeah.
So Dr. Olson said there's no point in really pre-caffeinating. You're going to kind of do this. So you want to start drinking, maybe at midnight when your circadian clock starts saying go to sleep, go to sleep,
right,
go to sleep. And it's usually coupled with sugar. So
well, see, this I was going to say, as a journalist who has pulled many all-nighters
yes, right.
in my
this
career,
is the job description, I think.
can tell you that at a certain time of the night, you will have this intense craving for sugary carbs.
So it's interesting that you felt that because there was a study done in 2004 at the University of Chicago, and it proved that if you sleep deprive, you will crave carby, sugary things. They're not really sure why,
right,
but I mean, you're not going to make a healthy meal in the middle of the night.
But you need to avoid them anyway. You
right,
need to fight that craving and stick to protein. That
exactly. You should.
Yes.
That's right. Stick to protein. So if you eat the bag of M&Ms, you're going to have a sugar crash. You're going to feel really tired, and you're just not going to produce your best work. I don't know that anybody produces their best work when they're pulling an all-nighter. But if you can keep a protein bar around, maybe have a sandwich, something that's a little more healthy than a bag of chips. That's
and
better.
Stay in a well-lit room. Don't look at your bedroom. Don't even look at your bed.
Don't look. You'll just fall.
And of course, you need to make a plan to make up the sleep as quickly as you can.
The most important thing is to make up for the sleep deficit. It's not hour for hour. You don't have to sleep 16 hours to make up for the 8 hours that you lost. But if you can just sleep and not let your alarm wake you up the next day, you're probably gold.
Great advice. Great advice. We're all going to have to do it. Heidi Mitchell, thank you so much for that.